Okay, folks, this is an interesting one. It's another one of these things called an affirmation. Well, I think it's what they call it. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. Positive words that are supposed to uplift the soul, and yet they are just words. Just words, folks. But yeah. But I know the intention was pretty well. I'm going to do that after I've worked out how big. The nerds will inherit the copier world. Yes, they will, folks. Okay, let's see what this affirmation is. It is none other than the word love. There's that word again, folks. Seen it in other demos. Love. And it's a cake topper. It's meant to be put on your cake, but it broke. I bought it from the op shop. Shame it broke. But it still has a use here as a demo piece. I think it's going to be maybe a little bit larger than A4, so I'm going to reduce it a bit on the vertical, just a fraction. So we're going to make it perhaps 97, and this part will make it 170, or maybe bigger than that. 200. But yeah, it's a pity these words just become don't materialize any more than just words, just an ideal. I'm just going to line that up against the edge of the glass, and I'm going to tilt it so I can get some reflection off it, which will be really challenging. But yeah, love is a very important thing in life, and most people don't get to experience the trueness of love. And it's taken me almost a lifetime for me to find out what love is. And I really like the colour of that, how that looks really nice. Bit cut off there, but we just have to move it across a little bit and maybe enlarge it a bit on the horizontal again. But basically, love is indeed a missing ingredient in the average person's life. There's just so much hatred and a sense of animosity in this world. There's just no love. Just seems to be a thing that's just, you hear it in the popular culture. You hear it here and you hear it there, but you never actually get to experience it for yourself. And it really is a tragedy in the human thing that love is not something that most people get to experience. And this has come up looking not as nice as that, because we've got the reflections happening. The reflections here are not happening, and it's a bit like how people feel about love. It's not reflecting, it's not happening. They try to make it happen. They buy things like this in the hope that, and hope is another word again that people fail to experience as well, because the world is so full of greed and hatred and dishonesty and all the rest of it, and the world just doesn't know anything about love, and therefore hope is something that people just don't have. Everything's about money, and there's nothing wrong with money per se, folks. It's just the way, the attitude it's been given. It's just been made to become a certain kind of, it's like having a lot of money is like, to most people, is like a religious experience. You know, it's all hyped up and it's just overdone, and basically we don't want that. And that's come up looking a lot better now. I do like the overall result. Not as nice as this one with the coolness, but at least most of that word's been lit up. I'm going to try it again, but it's a word that just doesn't see practical applications, which is really sad. So yeah. And I think we've made it look worse. That looks a bit shithouse. This one looked brilliant because of the colours, but I don't like the way it was cut off. So I'm going to have to do another version of that again. And yeah, and love is another thing missing from the workforce. Most people work for the money. Again, it's all about money, and people just don't seem to have an interest in their career because it's not the career of their dreams. They're not doing what they're both talented at and what they're passionate about, and it becomes just about money then. Money, the so-called, the thing called the love of money has become, that's the only form of love that I see in practice, is the love of money. And that's tragic. That's really, really, really tragic that most people live for the love of money. And it really is a tragedy, and it causes so much grief in this world. And it really is. It's a pain. This love of money is such a proverbial pain in the ass. And it really is a pain, but people seem to think if they can just buy this, buy that, and they can somehow binge on Netflix or binge the streaming service, or they can have their favourite Uber Eats. They can just stuff their face full of home delivered food, and they get really, how should I put it, they just get so overindulgent in these things. They seem to think they want to be indulged. And this indulgence, I'm going to use my camera hand to press the start key. But yeah, people just want luxury. They want everything for themselves. And everyone lives in a compartment, and their families are like little compartments that don't have any. And this is shithouse. And yeah, love has become something that's just unattainable almost. I don't know how I'm going to make this one work. I'm trying to put as much love into this, even though it's fucking hard to get it right. It's really difficult trying to get this one to come up a treat, to really, really stand out for the right reasons. But you can't be an artist without love. But even then, love goes deeper than just art and creating things, or creation, or whatever. Now that looks interesting, but again, it's not reflecting. But basically, yeah, I really wish people could just wake up to themselves and find out what love really is. Yeah, that looks interesting, but again, it's not quite what I'm after. I'm going to do something different. I'm just going to take it off the track. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to keep it there. I'm going to keep persisting with this shit. It's not an easy one, folks. Yeah, it's not reflecting. I can't get that lovely reflective look to it that I'm after. I'm going to go back to just peeling up one corner. Just put that L against, not too close to the edge. And I'm just going to peel it up again. But you hear about love in the popular culture, especially in the music industry, and you just get the feeling it's not really happening. I do wonder if maybe I should utilise one of these. I just can't seem to get that sweet spot of light onto it. I can't seem to get the sweet spot happening. I feel like I'm not giving this enough love myself, because it's not basically reflecting as nicely as it should. I don't know what to do with this. It's just a shame it's going to be thrown out. It's a shame it never got put on someone's birthday cake. I'm just going to try and work out which of the two I'm going to utilise, this one or this one. Maybe this one, but it's really difficult not to compromise on the word love, because love is indeed an important thing. And as I said, I wanted to make this into a piece that demonstrates love in the true sense, that it's not just a demo, not just a fucking fancy pantsy photocopier demo, that indeed it involves love to create something beautiful, even though it's broken. And it's broken. It's a shame I didn't take enough care of it when I was carrying it home from the op shop. So anyway, that's come up looking quite nice actually. The colours in that, they look rhythmic. They do, they look really rhythmic, so maybe there is some love to be found in this piece after all. Maybe there is some love, you know, that maybe it's not all lack of hope and yeah. Because from love, hope is an important thing, and indeed it complements love. It's a part of love. Love is the main thing, is the main message in this world. Even though this world has failed to acknowledge it. But love is indeed a beautiful and important, a vital thing for human functioning. I do wonder which one I like better. Maybe this one. I'm going to do another. I do think I might add something to this. I'm going to add some blue. I'm going to change this to brightness. But yeah, it's really important that human beings find out what love is and live it, because it's very important. It's more important than what a lot of people, including myself, used to think. I actually knew I didn't know what love was. And it was really hurtful. And I knew I wasn't ready for a marriage union, a marriage partner at the time. And that looks colour-wise, but I don't like the shape of it. But basically, yeah, I didn't know what love was, and I knew I was missing it. I knew I was missing the point, but I didn't know how to find love. So I can relate to it. Even my dad, I even talked about a song on the radio called What is Love by Howard Jones. Again, there it is, what is love? And my dad thought I was asking him the question, what is love? And he says, what is love? He repeated the question as an answer. Even though I didn't actually, if I remember correctly, I didn't actually ask him what it was. But I was just talking about the song by Howard Jones, and he obviously didn't know what love was either. That Howard Jones, rock star, musician. So a lot of people are asking that question: what is love? And that's pretty much it. My dad, even though he thought it was me asking that question, he didn't know what love was. No wonder my parents weren't happy, because they didn't know what love was. Neither did I, neither did my brother. And they still are in the dark to this day. They need some love and they need some hope to make their world a happier place. And I think I like this overall. I think we can use this. This is going to be a rather prolongated demo, all for the word of love. So, but it's a very important, love is important, folks. Don't underestimate the importance of it, folks. You really need to know about it. It's important. I know it's not an easy thing it appears to be a difficult, if not impossible, quest to find what love is, to find a partner that you truly love, and some hobby that can become a career instead of just you working at a boring everyday job and just pulling in the cash to pay the bills and all that, and the bills keep going up and all the rest of it, and it's really not fun. Living is not fun then. It's all about money. It's all about keeping your head above water. That's not love. That's not what love is. Love should not be all about fucking money. It should be about people. It should be about loved ones. It should be about family and having a happy relationship with your family and your friends. And it's really difficult, I know, to find this elusive thing called love. But it has to be found. You have to keep fighting. You have to keep finding it. Try and keep looking for it, folks. It'll be well worth it. I can only just offer you folks a primer. I can't go right into it. I can't go right into it, folks. It's up to you to just make an effort and find it, because from my angle, I believe in a certain kind of thing that is about love. And to you guys, you may not like it. You may not like what I have to say about love and what it is, but I stick to my guns, and I just leave it up to yourselves to discover it for yourself. Because if I tell you what I think is love, from your angle, what I think is love, you're not going to like it. I know you won't. It comes from a very unlikely place, a place that most people would absolutely cringe. It makes people cringe, but I know that when it's discovered and when it works, when it's happening, it's beautiful. It's absolutely, there's nothing like it. But I cannot talk to you now about it. I have to let things happen. You have to find it for yourself. I didn't have all the answers. My parents had no answers. My sibling had no answers. So, you have to find it out for yourself. Anyway, that's come up looking quite nice. I do think maybe we could do a switcheroo. But basically, I don't have all the answers for you folks. I know you folks are dying to find out what love is, pretty much, the way humans were made to feel love and to feel affection and care and hope and all the rest of it. But you have to fucking find it. And I know it's going to be hard, but, it's there, folks. It's there, and it costs nothing. It's not to do with money. Anyway, I think that looks a lot nicer. I think we can now call this demo quits.